All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
It's going to be a long day.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how we wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Now a handoff here to his running back. Now he opts for the spin. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd and 12, Watson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
44 is Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. Get him. Put it down. Four's to Mike. Mike's 4.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And he finally seals Jones complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And the Texans, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This is it. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
On 2nd down now, it's Henderson. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
He'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I got you, punk. First 6. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Oh, you got deep? Time to go.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
On the draw, this is Henderson. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, Watson. That's taken in by Henderson. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
But when it all comes together and you get the field goal block that's been designed, that's been drawn up, everyone has to feel good about on that side of the ball. How about that one there? To the left side, knew what they had. That's where they wanted to be, and they got their designated guy turned free.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Bang, 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 bang.
Now Jackson on first down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. The Jaguars Bengals are able to strike quickly for 6. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken near the 13. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. A field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. Now he'll go deep down, and that's caught inside the 30. And this will get him all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10. A big-time play there for the Texans. 53 yards.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
Alert 3, alert 3.
They'll run here with Henderson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Again, it's Henderson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
No gain on the play.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Watson just beating the play clock. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's go, D, tighten up. Check 3, check 3, check 3, check 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, you saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
I'm coming out to you. I'm coming out to you. Yeah. To you. Showing it. Showing it.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he'll double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
They run with Henderson. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And an alley to run. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Give me that ball, defense. Spopo's the Mike. Mike Spopo. Army.
To try again after the sack. Watson being chased out left. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
52. Watch 52. 52's the Mike. Watch the slant.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Check Mike, man. Let him go. Let him go.
Now Watson to throw on third down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Jaguars.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 43. Tight dog. Eddie Weapon, let's go. Mike, bye. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Mike 50,
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Get him. They bring him down a sack back at the 16-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12.
Come on.
Too great, and he goes down once more. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be, 38 yards out. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys.
He's got a man, complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big third down play there for the Jags. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Push him back. Push him back.
Now on 2nd and 16. Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
There's Jackson on 3rd and 1. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Cut his left. Cut his left. 3 down. 3 down. I got him. That's mine. I got him.
2nd down, it's Henderson. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll go back to Henderson on 1st down. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 52. Defense wins championships, baby. 52 is the mic right here, over there, right?
From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
2 times. 3 down. Check 50.
Now it's Henderson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
But these guys got to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
What you got, Abby? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go. You go take. You got take.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Let's go now. 15 money. 15 money. You money. Max 50. Max 50. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Throwing is Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the feet, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A give for Henderson running to the right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, it's Henderson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
24.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Houston. Folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On first down, Watson. He's got Fuller. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. To throw is Watson. On third down. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 12-yard line. Watson now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. On first down, Henderson. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Kareem Hunt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Captain Zero. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up the duty.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55.
To throw is Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Back. Kill. Motion.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. The Texans on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Watson operating from the gun. It's complete to Fuller. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run to Breida. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now it's Watson. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And this is caught at the 8. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Get it going down, he's coming.
A shotgun snap for Watson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Forced out to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Switch.
49, check 49, check 49.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Tight right. Hey. You got 3. 3 down. Check. Go. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
The has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Squeeze, double. Switch.
Jackson on 3rd and long from his end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th, now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle the team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd and a yard. Jackson, he sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, 79 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
You're not ready.
Here's Watson to throw on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Sets up 4th down.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000.
Check. Lucky.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Tonight's final score, Jaguars 38.
Good work, boys. Let's go.